Today I'm going to be changing up my episode and doing something different. I'm going to be reviewing a product that I actually use. But first, my name is Steve Smith, this is TQA Weekly, and I know I've said it before, and many others have said it before as well. A clean computer is a happier, thermally efficient computer. We obviously have a lot of people out there suggesting that we use cans of compressed air. However, there are a few gripes with this kind of solution that would actually make that bad. For one, most people use this continuous stream to clean their computers when that is actually better off being used in short bursts. Also, the longer the stream's going, the colder the can's going to be. The more likely you're going to cause condensation or even freezing parts of your computers and your electronics. Parts that are exposed to water can short out. Parts that are exposed to freezing air that end up freezing themselves can crack. So any electronics in which they are exposed to water or even parts of the components being broken will cease to function. And while it's like a cool idea for a lot of people, turning them upside down is actually worse because you instantly freeze anything it comes into contact with. So what is the solution? So first, I'm going to be upfront. Somebody bought this for my birthday, which is really cool. And this device is only about $70 on Amazon. The link will be down below or at the show notes at tqaweekly.com/SE8EP10. The device is called the EasyGo CompuCleaner. It's this device right here, and it has a 4.0 amp 500 watt compressor that allows for 70 cubic feet per minute of continuous air to be pushed out of this end of the nozzle, and it has a 9-foot cable, which is useful but not necessarily long enough in some cases. Comes with 2 speeds, which I'm pretty sure the first speed is only 35 CFM and the second one being the 70. And of course, in the box you get 6 attachments, 3 of which connect into one of the 3 bigger options. So the first one is a wide open mouth, great for cleaning general vicinities and greater spaces, which also means that you're not going to get any concentration to move anything. You also have a 1 centimeter end nozzle, which allows you to push a little bit more pressure onto the dust, which is good, better than the wide open nozzle, but it depends on what your usage case is. And obviously the connector for everything else, as well as a tighter nozzle at 0.5 centimeter, allows you to push a lot of air. This is definitely useful inside of a box and around keyboards. And in this end, you have a flexible tube, which you can eventually get into the end. My first gripe being that it's not all that easy all the time. I mean, even recording this several times, I didn't always get it into this end. But once it is in, you have a lot more length and you could actually point this nozzle where you need it to go. But that's not just it, okay? If you're trying to clean your computer, you got this little itty bitty nozzle, which you can put on the end easily. So if EasyGo is ever going to watch this, that is the connector you should have had on the end here. This allows you to point it where you need it, especially when cleaning keyboards and smaller electronics. Then if you needed to clean with a brush because it's dusty, then you have this nozzle, which is a brush, and it goes in as well, also tight like this one. And this allows you to brush while compressing air onto the item that you need cleaning. Obviously, this is how it goes on. Super not complicated, which means anybody can take this out of the box without reading the manual, plug it in, and just turn it on. And once it's on, it has continuous airflow that goes from the bottom here all the way out. First few things we have to talk about is the cable. 9 feet is long, but it's not necessarily long enough. I'm not going to hold them all that because it's not really a deal breaker. We're talking about a $70 device. The other thing is that connecting the little items to this is not necessarily all that easy. So some people might become irritated. The other thing is this filter. Even though it is removable and you can put it back in, it's not easy to do, and this will definitely end up getting dirty and you will have to clean it. Otherwise, obviously it will do like your vacuum cleaner does, where it starts overheating and becoming incapable of actually doing its job, which is a gripe that I've seen also on Amazon. People are saying that it can overheat. There's a few things that we have to deal with. This is not an air compressor. This is a blower. Just the way physics works is if we're moving all that air from underneath through the machine, it's going to get hot, obviously, like this and paper cutters and all that. You're going to have to respect its actual thermal load. So when it gets hot, just turn it off. Don't try to push this like cleaning 1,000 computers in one day. It's just not meant for that. It's personal use. So when it starts getting hot, turn it off instead of doing what some other people seem to be doing, which is blowing it out. The other thing is, keep in mind that they don't want you to be using this outside, even though that you might want to use it outside. And I have used it outside, but the thing is it has to be on a dry surface, because keep in mind, it sits on the bottom and that's where the intake for the air is. So obviously, if there's any liquid on the surface while this thing is on, it's going to instantly short this little baby out. And of course, it is plenty loud. So if you're trying to clean your keyboard in the middle of the night, you might disturb your neighbors. And that is also why I'm not turning this little baby on, because you know what? It's in the middle of the night. We're 1 a.m. and I'm definitely not going to be turning on a machine like that. Does this machine work? Yes, I actually got a significant improvement out of my radiators, having something that was finally capable of pushing out all of the dust out of my radiators for my water cooling, which, by the way, all the compressed air in the world is too expensive to be cleaning that. And yes, while you can supposedly use a vacuum cleaner, it is not suggested. It's better to use a device that is dedicated to the task, like this blower. So if you want to get this, again, the link is going to be at the bottom of this in the description if you're watching on YouTube, or you go to the show notes of this show at tqaweekly.com/se8ep10, and you'll be able to purchase it from Amazon there. Like if you like this episode, dislike if you didn't, share with those that you think benefit from this kind of device, and of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com, or go to my website, tqaweekly.com, for everything else. And if you want to make this show better and maybe allow me to make more reviews of stuff, go to patreon.com/tqaweekly and become a patron today. Patrons get these episodes 24 hours advance of everyone else. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.